What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning movie chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here we are on Monday, March 30th. Man, is it just me or is this month flying by? Hopefully the next month flies by, right? Am I right? Anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day coming out of the weekend. Normally, this would probably be what would be a very good weekend. You know, maybe normally you would have gotten out to see a good movie at the theater. Maybe you would have taken your family out to the park or the local theme park or Six Flags, or maybe you were gonna go to the mall or go out for a nice dinner and celebrate your wife's birthday. But you know what? That's not what happened, is it? No, it's not. Well, what happened was apparently over the weekend is the world went into more chaos, and apparently Black Widow is now going to go to video on demand just right off the bat. They're gonna bypass the theaters. Everything's gonna be all good, and don't worry, soon enough you'll be able to watch Black Widow, the movie premiere, from the comfort of your own home, your couch, because you can afford it right now, right? While you're not working, while you're at home, you can afford to watch Black Widow. You won't be able to afford it, in, say, a couple months down the line, and you're back to work, and theaters are back open, and you're scared to get out there and go out in the world. But yet you're at work. You're at work. But instead, Disney is going to release Black Widow on VOD to make a couple bucks, I guess. I don't know. Is that making a couple dollars, or is it to not make money? Maybe they're going to release some Black Widow on VOD to not make money. I just don't know how I feel about that. Did you guys hear about this? Did you hear about this? You know what's funny is going into the weekend, I was actually talking about how Warner Brothers went out there with their DC property, with how Wonder Woman went out there and whipped her stuff down and whipped it out on the... That's probably the Wonder Woman that some people out there want. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Thank you all so much for being here today. I greatly appreciate it. I want to give it... Oh, my God. Can you guys believe I'm touching my eye right now and I'm rubbing it? Ooh, look out. Better be careful. Better go disinfect some more surfaces. You know what I mean? Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Disinfect everything? Because, like, me and nobody in my family, as far as we know, are contagious and have caught anything. But I better go disinfect everything in my house because, you know what? Somehow it probably got contaminated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm being the worst. I'm being terrible. But you know what, guys? Make sure, if you could do me a favor, make sure that you share this stream out. We all know how YouTube has been about notifications and telling people, that you're going live and stuff like that. So do me a favor, if you could, make sure you go share this on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, however you need to do it, whatever works for you. If you need to text it out to your best friend and let them know. Whatever gets them in here, hey, whatever puts asses into seats, I'm all for it. Thank you. And thank you to all the people here that you see their names scrolling across the bottom, because those asses are in some seats, and I can guarantee it. And I mean they're actual asses. They are not asses. They are awesome people. Just like you, if you're here watching. You're awesome people. And if you're not here watching, chances are you might be awesome people anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Have I done enough pandering for today? Have I? To make up for that Wonder Woman joke? To make up for my sarcasm that Black Widow will soon be streaming from the pixels of your television screen, or the LCD screen. I guess a lot of people don't have pixels anymore, do they? Do they? It almost makes the Adam Sandler movie obsolete. Pixels, if there are no pixels anymore, if it's all LCD. I just don't know. I don't know. And the funny thing is, I haven't even added beer yet today, in case you can read my shirt. I haven't even added beer yet today. But again, thank you to all the people, the lovely Patreon supporters who donate their hard-earned dollars to the channel. I do greatly appreciate it. And make sure you stay tuned over there on the Patreon. Even if you're not a Patreon supporter, go follow my Patreon page. I just put a live stream over there last week talking about some stuff. And I'm probably going to do another one this week. Maybe something, just flapping my gums because that's what I do. But basically what it is I'm starting, and I forgot to title last week's. I titled it something, but it's going to be called council culture. Yes, council culture, and not council like you see all the councils out there. Like, you see all my brothers in the dark council. You see all them guys. You see what are those other councils? High council, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. All them councils, councils. Well, mine's council culture. Council, S-E-L, council, council, council. Like your counselor, council culture. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. But thank you all so much for being here. We got LB here, Fanjecture, Chaos and Comics, and the Senate. Thank you all so much for being here. So we got one guy here who just can't stop talking about me. We got one guy who all he wants to do is talk about me, but he just never does. He does. And then we got one guy here who just has bad taste. And that's probably why he's here on my channel. And then, of course, we got the Senate here. The Senate. Who's an awesome young man. He says, yay, I'm awesome. High Council, War Council, Dark Council. Who gives a shit? Are you going to prescribe psychiatric drugs? No. No. But maybe I could try. Maybe we could forge them, right? Maybe we could. And besides, doctors give out these scripts anyway, no matter what. They do it without any fuss or muss anyway. So hey, I guess we could. Now, what's going on here with my? What is going on here with my hotkeys on? I'm starting to wonder what's going on here with my hotkeys on this thing, man. Ooh, you hotkeys. This is starting to. This is. You know what? This is really upsetting. Why aren't my hotkeys working on OBS? I guess I'm gonna have to go in there and redo some settings. But yeah, guys. So apparently there's been a lot of news. Like I've been saying, there's been a lot of news going on out there. People kind of going back and forth about what's going on with Black Widow currently. The model going to direct to VOD. Well, I guess it would be streaming. I don't know. What would that technically be? It wouldn't be VOD. It wouldn't be stream. I mean, I guess it would be streaming, but talks this weekend. Everybody once again talking about Black Widow going to direct to streaming instead of and bypassing the theaters. Now the thing is like, while I mean I would love to do that, I just they were talking about this on the Denver Nerds Live, and also over the weekend there's a whole bunch of other things coming out, and I just don't know about that. You know what I mean? I get if they're gonna have to make money and they gotta make money, there's postponements and stuff like that. You're gonna have to wait it out, but I mean honestly, I still think a lot of these movies have a better chance of making it on the big screen, even in theaters, even after all this blows over. I still think that the best chance for this movie to go out there, be successful, and make money is going to be by releasing at theaters. I honestly think that if things cleared up, maybe by April 30th, since we're now social distancing until then, if things clear up by then, the world becomes normal again, I think it's very possible that people could get out to theaters, back in theaters by August. Now, are any of these movies going to make the kind of money they would have made prior to this? Is Wonder Woman, I think we were all guessing that it was probably going to come close to breaking that $1 billion mark. We were all guessing that Black Widow was probably going to come pretty close to breaking that $1 billion mark. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's still possible? Say after the 30 days, say in the middle of, so if social distancing is up at the end of April, okay, so say the world goes back to normal come May, and say by the end of May, theaters open up their doors, right? Do you think that people would be willing to be out to back into theaters by August? I want to know your true thoughts down in the comments below. I ran a poll not too long ago on Twitter asking the same thing, and 73% of people said that they would happily go see it at the theater when it releases, if it released in August. Of course, one person I put in there, like, say everything goes back to normal and theaters open up in May, and by August would you go to see? And somebody puts in there, theaters are closed down until, X date. Like, bro, that wasn't the fucking question. The question was a hypothetical. Are you an idiot? I didn't answer him that. I didn't answer. I didn't. You know what? I didn't even heart his comment, which I'm sure probably broke his heart and maybe hurt his feelings because we all know how much people look into social media. But please let me know down in the comments below if things went back to normal. Say theaters opened up back up, say mid-May or by June. Would you be willing to go see Black Widow in August or Wonder Woman in August? And what do you think the numbers would be like? I think it's very possible that people would be willing. I think these movies would be the ones to get people to go back into theaters. I think there's a lot of people that want that return and sense of normalcy. Does that mean that everybody's going to be crowding into theaters? No. But also, I see how successful a lot of the movies are when they get to the theater. And when I go to the theater and I see that not all the theaters that I ever go to for successful movies have packed theater houses, right? Like Avengers Endgame was one thing. Like I went to Avengers Endgame and there wasn't an open seat anywhere in the damn place for a long time, right? But it's not that way for other movies that have even broke $1 billion. Even Captain Marvel, that I believe did legitimately break $1 billion. I still didn't go to that movie and see theaters completely packed. I did go and see a lot of people every single time I went to see that at the theater. And yes, I did go see it at the theater 3 times. And every single time, there was a lot of people there. Was it packed? Was it packed like it was Avengers Endgame? Absolutely not. But it was. There was a lot of people there. Now the thing is it's just because the way they make money there, obviously they make more tickets, they make higher sales because the ticket prices are a little bit higher and all of those kinds of things. And I just spilt my drink a little bit. Guess I better. I spilt my coffee, so I guess I better disinfect my whole house again. Damn it! Time to call in the SWAT crew. Spilt my coffee. I'm gonna Lysol wipe my coffee cup here. But yeah, I think no matter what, the movie has a better chance in theaters. I'm willing to wait. I heard some arguments. I think it was from Adam from Fanjection was talking about the fact that moving each one of these films really kind of messes up like the whole release and production of all the films coming up in the future with all the MCU streaming shows and the movies. But at this point, they're already stopped production on all of them. None of them are completed, so they're already going to be delayed no matter what. That's just how that is. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily a bad thing. But I think everything will be postponed. Is it possible for them to bump everything a couple months? Sure. Is it going to be any big deal? Absolutely not. The thing that's going to be a big deal ultimately with their release schedule is if they get to a point where they have a release schedule they want to do and they're pushing properties too close together. You know what I mean? Time for people to recover from it. Like Black Widow comes out and say it comes out in August. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier is supposed to come out after that, before Eternals. I do not see Eternals releasing this year in a realistic sense for people to get out to see Black Widow, say everything goes good, to get out to see Black Widow, then get all the hype from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then time for people's wallets and whatnot and whatever excitement to recover and bounce back for Eternals by the end of the year. So I do think that they will have to do some finagling with their release schedule. They're going to have to move some things around, and could that ultimately affect everything? Absolutely. Absolutely it could. So it's really hard to say. I mean, maybe, just maybe, it might be smart for them to do Black Widow straight to VOD. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I mean, I like theatrical releases. I like seeing movies like this in the theaters. Honestly, like if they do the VOD thing, I gotta be honest with you when I say that I would be a little bit pissed. I would be a little bit pissed. Not at them or anything. I'll just be a little bit pissed because I want that first experience for Black Widow to be on the big fucking screen and IMAX with that just mind-blowing sound. Okay, maybe it's not mind-blowing sound. Maybe it's eardrum-blowing sound. But all of that kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, how are you guys feeling about that? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and then we'll go ahead and get into some. We'll get into some talk. Or the main thing that I wanted to talk about today, and that is going to be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Woke, or should I say Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I just had to put that up there because there's some people out there. I'm sitting there like, huh. I wonder if anybody went back and watched this movie and called it woke. It's all like women empowerment, and we got a Mary Sue in here and all kinds of. And don't you dare say that she's not a Mary Sue. She's a Mary Sue, damn it. She stopped learning from the Jade Fox when she was at a young age. She stopped learning and somehow surpassed her master without being taught just because she knew how to read the shit and her master didn't. Come on, man. Come on. That's woke. Because Mary Sue's are woke, right? Are Mary Sue's woke? I don't know. But the movie's all about women. And women can't kick guys' butts. Did you see that? Did you see that movie? There's a scene in the film where this little tiny, 95-pound, very, very hot young lady goes and kicks all these big burly dudes' asses. Come on. Woke. Anyway, let's get here into the chats. Let's see who all we got here. We got LB from the Lonely Band says, I am here. Fan Jexter is here. Adam says, I can afford it. Chaos and Comics says, woke. I'm still asleep. Nice. The Senate says, I'm awesome. High Council, War Council, who gives a shit? Too many damn... Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I forgot I already got this. Chaos Comics says, I need some pain pills to sell to these white milfs in my neighborhood, right? They probably need them right now, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I'm stuck at home with my kids. I forged a letter before and got away with it surprisingly. Yeah, here you go. I'm an entrepreneur. What up, biatches? Says Will Gentry. Thank you for being here. Mike W. Rogers. Thank you for being here, my brother. Aggressively Relaxing says, everyone who is cool watches a movie they don't like and makes a YouTube channel named after it, then joins with other complainers. Everyone join Jedi. Always wear khaki clothing forever, friends. I don't know about that, man. What was that one? Jock? Nah, that don't work, man. I like the other one, man. I like the Jedi always carry khaki outfits forever friends. Or jack off. I like that one more. Chaos and Comics says, that wasn't me. What wasn't you? Oh man, what I missed? The Senate says, sure, why not? A lot of people hate this quarantine. A lot, I'm sure they'd want to get the F out of the house. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Adam says, June, yes, I'd go in August. July, I would, but I don't know that everyone would. Well, I mean, obviously if we want to split hairs, you could say not everyone's going to go see it anyway, but yeah, I think you're right. I think if it was in June, if it opened back up by June, I think a lot of people would. July, I think would be cutting it close. I think people want to return to a sense of normalcy, like I think a few months might get people there. But yeah, I think you're right there. Like June, probably if they opened up by June, probably July. That I think that leaves a lot more people weary going into the theaters come August. I do think you're right there. Will Gentry says it depends on what time of day you go, though. Yeah, I was gonna say, and the thing is, I try different times of day. Like I myself like to go in the mornings, so it's not always packed. But I've been there on Friday evenings through some of those movies and seen that it's pretty packed, yet not completely full. And it's still to the point where you could, most of the times, where you could still maintain social distancing and things like that. So yeah. I always go during work and school hours, so there's always a choice of seats. Absolutely, and my theater, through Cinemark, they have mostly assigned seating now for almost all of their films, which I love that. I love it. Vlad Wright, thank you for being here. The Senate says, you paid for Captain Marvel? What are you, woke? Yes, I am. I'm awake right now. Can't you see? Not only that, but not only did I pay to see Captain Marvel in theaters 3 times, I own the movie. And if anybody wants a digital copy of Captain Marvel, let me know down in the comments below. I'll happily send you a digital copy. It's not the worst movie out there. Trust me, guys. And no, it's not woke. Does it have some feminist stuff in there? Does it have some stuff in there that goes a little too far? Yeah, it does. Is it the best Marvel movie? No, it's not. Is it the worst one? No, it's not. Hell, even LB from the Lonely Banter didn't put it as his worst MCU film. Aggressively relaxing, he said, even Captain Marvel. None of this matters to me. I go to drive-ins. Nice. Nice. Will Gentry says, everyone should pay for Captain Marvel. The Axel Braun version, of course. I know. You know what's funny is I see the Saska sisters always pushing the Axel Braun version. I still haven't seen it yet. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably a little more interesting at least. I'm sure the cinematics are probably better, right? Tommy, thank you for being here. Will Gentry says, the Senate, if you're wanting to fap, give it a miss. If you're wanting to laugh your arse off, watch it. Yes. All right. Okay. I love the theatrical experience. That being said, give me Black Widow on streaming, says Fanjexture. You crazy, bro. You crazy. For me, that's just because I love the theater experience, and I don't want to see it for the first time on my TV. I don't. I did that with Alita Battle Angel, and I regretted it. Will Gentry says, Crouching Tiger is a fucking amazing film. We're gonna get into that. Doing fine, working on some assignments, says the Senate. Nice, alright. Whiskeys, Tills, and Tumbleweeds, thank you so much for being here. AFK Bart says, I think Storm Girls aren't woke. If the guys are all portrayed as horrible human beings and the women are raised by simply being better versus achieving greatness on their own merits. Oh, I agree with you, AFK Bard. I completely agree with you. And actually, the whole headline here of this video, it's a joke. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. Lonely Banter says the Because Council coming soon. Nice. Nice. Hell yeah. Palinwiki says, I bought Crouching Tiger VHS. Love that movie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Will Gentry says, I don't think she's a Mary Sue. Lee Moo Bai could whoop her ass with his eyes closed, so she's not full Mary Sue. She's more of a Mary than a Mary Sue. Yes. Oh man, that's funny. See, I clickbaited you all. I got you all in here yelling at me for the clickbait that I put in there. Let's see. AFK Bart says, Tommy Goodnow had a migraine yesterday. Thankfully, I can stare mindlessly at my TV and computer screens again. All right, good deal. And the migraines might be because of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. Everybody's talking about the current situation out there right now, and and how that gets their channels demonetized and it might get taken off and everything like that. Is anybody talking about 5G get me demonetized and get my yeah, will that get me taken down too? Or are they gonna put one of those little disclaimers at the bottom of my video right there, because I brought up 5G? Might have something to do with it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but is all of this stuff true going on with this whole 5G stuff? Does it have anything to do with everything that's going on out there? I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that wears a tinfoil hat, but I'm one of those guys that's thankful for the people with the tinfoil hats, because I think there's times when these people know what the hell they're talking about, when they're not so crazy. But yes, I don't know. I don't know about all that stuff. You guys heard about that? Crazy stuff, man. Will Gentry says, Tommy just got the aches and pains of getting over a virus. That and a little remaining snot. Otherwise, I'm feeling okay right now. Oh, man. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, at least you're getting over it. That's cool, man. I have a friend. Who I went and seen him on Friday, not knowing. But, he told me before we got close and everything that he's pretty sure that he got it. His wife had just got back in from Japan like a couple weeks ago. And he said that following weekend, yeah, he thought he was going to die. He felt really bad, and he's an atheist, so I told him, I said, did you find God? Because he seriously said he thought he was going to die. He's doing better now and things like that. But yeah, I mean, that's good. And right now, imagine right now being a parent at home. You know, like I've got 3 kids here at the house, and all of a sudden your kid comes down with a fever. I can guarantee you, man, I'm worried as hell. If one of my kids got a fever right now, like one of those kind of fevers that shows all those same symptoms. And you know what's funny about all these symptoms that are coming up? I'm sitting there reading all these symptoms, and I'm like, damn, all these symptoms sound like somebody who's sick and stuck at home and needs to get the hell out of the house. Isn't that what they all sound like? Every single one of those symptoms sounds like somebody who just had a common cold and is stuck at home indoors and just needs to get out for a good fucking bike ride. I don't know. Streaming is the future. Everything will be moved to it eventually. Well, most everything is already there. The streaming is already a thing. But theaters, and streaming isn't the future. The streaming is already here. The streaming is now. But that doesn't negate, that doesn't bypass theaters and people that like theaters. Senate says, I hate theaters, mostly because I live by idiots who scream in it. Yeah, and I'm that guy that you will see saying something in the theater. I've done it. I've been there. Yeah, I had a broken collarbone and almost had to lay a fool out in the theater when I went to see Jurassic World. Just trying to help you out, LB. AFK Bart says, you are triggering the SJWs with that title. It's a pirate's life for me. Oh, man. Let's see. Will Gentry says, Tommy, yeah, it will, but that won't stop people from going to the cinema. It's like people going to see bands live. They can't get much better sound quality. They can get much better sound quality at home, but it's not the same. Absolutely, 100%. Trinity, you are positively evil. 5G is making the frogs gay. They've been saying this like the last 10 years and it hasn't happened. Yeah, as I'm saying, that's the thing, is streaming is the future. I mean, it's not even the future. The streaming is the present, but it's already here. It's already something being utilized. So that's why when, you know, a lot of people are saying like, oh, studios are going to start putting everything straight to streaming instead of the theaters. Like, they already do that. These companies already put movies straight to... I mean, they've done that for a long time. Put them straight to VHS, straight to DVD, straight to streaming. A lot of them already do that. So yeah, I mean... Let's see. Fanjector says, forget the digital movie giveaways. Give me those white chocolate covered pretzels. You after those right there, man? You want some of those Easter drizzle pretzels? When is Easter? Can I get rid of these things by Easter still? Sheesh, I don't know, man. What is it? First Sunday in May? No, that's Mother's Day, isn't it? I can't remember. Is it this Sunday? I don't know. Yeah. But Fanjecture, there are some links down in the description where you can have some sent directly to your house. Or you can always get a hold of me and I can send some to you. Tommy says, at Lonely Banter, think about how long movies used to take to make it to physical media. Those time frames shortened, and now streaming a movie is even sooner. Yeah. Same as the death of cable TV. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's. It just depends on who you are to what service you want. I'm watching a 1 minute long ad for you, Trinity. Don't worry, it is entertaining. All right. It shortened that too because too many movies come out. Yeah, that's true. Crouching Kitty, Hidden Lizard. Oh man, Jenner, check. What's up, Snowdove? How you doing, man? Seen you on Mad Max's video yesterday. Yeah, to a degree, but even bad movies and less direct-to-video took forever to come out. Not anymore. Yeah, it's a little shorter window now. I think a lot of that is technology, too, though. Aggressively Relaxed says, people will always want to go throw the biggest party they can to release their art. Movie theaters won't go away. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And like I was saying before, I think one of the things that all of this stuff presents, everything, and who knows, you know, with the conspiracy theorists and everything out there, I'm surprised I don't hear a whole lot more of them talking about this, but I do believe that what's going on right now possibly presents a power shift going on in not only media, entertainment, and things like that, but companies as well, man. Look at what's going on with Diamond Distribution. If things end up going downhill down there, they can't reopen their doors back up, I can guarantee you there's somebody with the capital ready to pounce on and buy that out and improve their model. Guaranteed something that's going to happen. But yeah, you're right. People going to see a blockbuster multiple times greater than paying once digital. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm there with you 100%. If it was a good flick, I was willing to pay at the theaters multiple times. Yeah, me too. Me too. And there's several movies I've went to see at the movie theaters several times. You wouldn't have big blockbusters without theater releases. The amount of money made is not the same. Absolutely. I'm with you there, 100% Palanwiki and Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweeds. Obviously, LB is too. I think most of us are, because there's just more money to be made there. Like I said, for me, going to see Black Widow, I'm buying at least 8 tickets. 5 to take me and my family to at least one time, and then I'm going to see it at least 3 more times. That's 8 tickets, bro. That is well over $100. You know what I mean? Straight to video on demand, I think would be good. Now, people are talking about, I think the biggest thing people are talking about is the fact that they're bypassing theaters. Theaters are missing their money and they're not getting in on it and all these kinds of things. Well, I thought of something that would be, if they wanted to do that, keep, do these things that like releasing them straight to streaming and then get theaters involved so they can still make money. I think what would be a cool thing is to, and they could even do it. They could even do it with the streaming services we currently have. But in order to gain access to a Black Widow, to whatever movie, maybe instead of having to just purchase it through Vudu or through Amazon or through YouTube or anything like that to rent, what if they worked a model where you actually had to go to your local theater or through the app or whatnot and purchase a code through the app to put into your streaming service, whatever streaming thing you're using, to get access to watch it that one time. And then say, each ticket is $30, $20 to $30. I think that's a little bit better because then you get a cut in the theaters. You get people out there actually streaming and watching it. Of course, with that comes everybody. I know everybody's going to say, oh, but then you get the pirating and all that stuff. The pirating is going to happen even at the theater. Okay, pirating is going to happen even at the theater. It just makes it easier when they do it through video on demand. But yeah, I don't think they'll ever replace it. But I do think that would be one way is to do that is make the digital code because it's funny. Eli Gray, one of the viewers and supporters here of the channel, put up a thing on Twitter. Kind of proposing the exact same thing for comic books and comic book shops is for them to give out a unique digital code to the local comic book shops to distribute to their customers so they can sell to the customers so you can read your digital copies right now and then later it's redeemable for the physical copy of the book. While I think that's a great idea, there are some companies that would lose out on that because like Marvel would be okay, but most of the other companies out there don't put digital copies in their books already. So there is a give and take there, but I do think that's a good idea. But I think giving, maybe having to purchase these movies through a unique code or something like that through their movie theater might be a little bit better. Or maybe the theaters come out with an app, maybe they come out with an app where they stream it through there somehow. I'm just saying, it's a solution. It's not the best solution, absolutely not. But I think that would be a way to cut in the theaters. Aside from, where they're saying like, oh, we'll release it on Amazon or, on these streaming services and then we'll give the theaters a percentage of. Well, that way you get them directly there through the theater to make that money. I think it's possible. Now, the thing is you couldn't do it a thing like, okay, like we're going to sell you this ticket for Black Widow, but how many people are you watching for? You can't expect people to be honest. That's why you need to set it at $25, $30, so at least you're making some money back there. But I still think even that is not a viable solution for them to make money. Let's see. Miss drive-in theaters. Going to the theaters was an experience. Drive-ins as well, especially double features. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I can see them doing a new movie releases like pay-per-views. This is how they can clean up. Yeah, I just don't know. The pay-per-view thing is a good idea, but, to me, I think that's the only way for them to make any kind of real money on the streaming thing, but I just don't know. It wasn't an experience. Drive-ins as well, especially double. Yeah, absolutely. Missed the drive-in theaters, absolutely. AFK Bard says, FYI Trinity, video wasn't showing up on my sub list, but it showed up in my sidebar. There may be hope yet. I know, right? It's crazy, man. It's been bad lately. Streaming don't make enough money to replace movie theaters. Absolutely not. Streaming at home does have its advantages, though, watching on your terms. Absolutely. And that's true, too. That is true. I agree, LB. Plus, think of generation or two of people still out there that won't touch fancy, confusing online stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what theaters at? A studio would have to choose one and would be in war with the others. I think they would. I think they should do all of them. I think they should do like the Cinemarks, like your AMC's, your Regals. Make it available to all of them. I mean, that's really the only fair way to do it, is to make it available to all of them, not just one. But anyway, guys, all that being said, let's go ahead and get in some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon again last night, and man, I haven't seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in a while. I love like karate movies, these just, and even like movies with subtitles like this. Like, I watched the whole damn movie because it was on Netflix, and the audio was only in it's Mandarin or like Spanish or something, so you had to watch it with subtitles no matter what. Because I remember on the DVD you could watch it with the American voices where it was dubbed. But you know what? Like, I have no problem watching a movie like this dubbed. Or I mean, without dubs, with subtitles. For one, I mean, I don't mind reading subtitles. I like hearing the natural language and all that stuff anyway. But I watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and it started off kind of, not even as a joke, but I was laying down last night. My son was watching something in the room, and he was watching a little show while he was falling asleep. And then my wife put on a movie for her to watch while she was sleeping. And I'm, because I walked in, I'm like, I didn't come in here to watch this. Well, I laid down and I put on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon from Netflix on my phone. And I was like, oh, I'll watch this for a few minutes. My son will get done while my wife put on a movie, and I'm stuck watching this movie on my phone. But I was sitting there and I just started watching it, and I just kept watching it. I'm like, I can't stop watching this movie. I fucking love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This movie is from 2000, directed by Ang Lee, starring Chow Yun Fat, Michelle Yeoh. How do you say her name? Yeoh? Michelle Yeoh. I can't remember who else. Who else is the other? There was another big name that's there on the thing with it. Chang Chen, which I'm guessing he's the guy that played Yamcha from the desert, and Zhang Ziyi. I love her, man. Ever since I first seen her in, what was it? Was it Rush Hour? Was that the first time I seen her? Oh, damn, she's so hot, dude. And Michelle Yeoh. You could put these two women on screen all day long, just talking and doing. I could watch this movie all day long. I love these two women. They're beautiful, man. Michelle Yeoh. Damn, she's just hot, man. I don't care how old she is, bro. She's fucking gorgeous. And Zhang Ziyi, the girl from Rush Hour, and the one who is after the Green Destiny here. Oh God, dude, she is so. Man, I'm telling you. In case you guys don't know, I love Asian women. My wife is Japanese. These women are Chinese, or other Asian races, but god damn, man, shit, Zhang Ziyi is so goddamn gorgeous. Man, Michelle Yeoh, man. But no, really, I mean, aside from these two beautiful, talented actresses in this movie, and I do believe they are very beautiful, and I do believe that both of these women are talented actresses, hands down, they are great. This movie is so good. This movie is so goddamn good. The action in this movie, just the cinematics, the way everything is framed, the way the action happens, even like all the CGI elements, everything they did in this movie, it's absolute perfection. I think as I was watching it, I think there might have been like maybe three scenes that I seen that were kind of like, that wasn't so great. But for the most part, this movie is fucking seamless, and everything that it does. The storytelling is so on point. This movie is so great. Like, it slows down and picks back up speed in just all the right spots. You get the perfect balance of action, the perfect balance of story, the perfect balance of everything. And I forget how fucking great of a story this movie is, because this movie is like one of the ultimate love stories. You know what I'm saying? It covers so goddamn much, man. Um, it's so well written, and because the characters and the way they are, the way they develop throughout the film, just the way everything is about it. You know, you see that the young lady, she goes, because Lee Moo Bai, who's lived his whole fucking life fighting, man, lived his whole fucking life fighting. He returns home, and he wants to give up fighting to be with the woman that he loves. And the thing is like, this woman he hasn't even ever confessed his love for. She's never confessed her love for him. They've always had this feeling. They've never, ever, ever, never did anything to pursue that. They denied their own fucking happiness their whole lives. So he returns to give up fighting, to return the green destiny, to just call it a day, call it quits. He wants to live out the rest of his years with the woman he loves. He tries to tell her and he just can't. So he gives up the green destiny. The woman that he loves, he gives it to her to take to the sky, to this. Was he an aristocrat? Nah, I don't know. I don't think he was. But for him to go watch, and he was going to hold on to it, the green destiny, and lo and behold, obviously she gets there, and the green destiny gets taken by this young lady who is so full of talent. You know what I'm saying? And for what reasons, she don't exactly know, does she? Because she's living a life confused. She's kind of had the wall pulled over her eyes like her whole life. And as she goes through and she actually meets, she surpassed her master when she was a young lady. She meets these people. She meets Li Mu Bai. She meets what's her name? Shu Lin. She meets both of these people and she's so taken with them. She loves this lifestyle that they lead and she wants to be in it and wants to be part of it. She steals the green destiny. And throughout it, she's meeting Michelle Yeoh's character, Shu Lin, and has conversations with her and is talking to her about this lifestyle that she leads and how she wants to lead the same lifestyle. And she's talking to her about love, and she's talking to her about her and Li Mu Bai, talking to her about these connections and why they never did anything, and how she's envious of this life they got to live, and how she's getting ready to be set up in this planned marriage, and it's not what she wants to do. It's not her lifestyle. It's just not her, man. And she's envious of that life that her and Li Mu Bai have, and she's wondering, like, why would you two people, you two warriors, you two people who people like me look up to, never get together? And it's like it was meant to be. And shit, man. Just thinking about how beautiful of a story this movie is, it makes me want to cry, man. It brings tears to my eyes, man. I'm telling you, it's just so goddamn good on every single level. You know what I mean? And who's to say, because the way everything's going, who's to say that she can't have her cake and eat it too in this case? You know what I mean? All it takes is one little change in her society, if you will, their traditions. You see that she wants to go out there, like, she wants to be one of these warrior people out there. God damn, dude. And just the way that the movie ends. So goddamn good, man. It's just such a great movie. It's just such a beautiful movie. And that's the thing is, I'm sitting there watching and I get sucked into it and enamored because the tale, the way it's told, is so goddamn perfect. So goddamn perfect, man. And like I said, dude, I don't know, man. Like there are some people, like, they probably watch a movie like this and they're like it slows down too much and tells us so. Like, dude, I'm telling you, this movie. This is one of those perfect movies. And I can't even remember what all awards it won. But it's deserving of every single one of those goddamn awards, dude. It's such, goddamn, dude. Love this movie. Fucking love this movie, man. Okay, that's, sorry. I think I went on too good there, but, Yeah, I mean, everything about the movie is so good. Like, there's nothing about this movie that I would change, man, except for maybe seeing Zhang Zi and Michelle Yeoh on screen more. Maybe that's about it. um, let's see. Okay, you're catching up. Yes, I was catching up. Um, I'm wondering how the next UFC event pay per view will go. Oh, I know, right? Imagine like the crowds. Whiskey Steel says the Irishman was streamed and won awards, but how much money did it make? That's hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I mean I do know that they did a theatrical release of that, and then obviously they put it on streaming a couple weeks later, a few weeks later, something like that. I don't know though. Let's see. Lonely Banter says I know it made 8 million at the box office. Um, okay, it made 8 million at the box. That's not too bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Did it release in theaters and streaming? I didn't realize that. Yeah, yeah, it released in theaters for a few weeks, maybe a month or so. I can't remember how long it was, and then it released on on Netflix later. Um, yeah. Wait. Fanjack says, wait. So you have a positive experience watching a movie not in a theater? Yes. Yeah. Wait. What do you mean? What? But a lot of reports on how much it made vary wildly. Huh. All right. It did a limited thing in theaters before the Netflix release, if I can remember. Yeah, it did. I want to say it was about 3 weeks. It might have been about 4 weeks. I could be wrong there. One report has it at 100 million total, another at 160 million, and Hollywood Reporter has it at 200 million. Huh, interesting. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweed says Maggie Q is a dime. I like Maggie Q. I like Maggie Q. Yeah, she's very gorgeous, but I like for me well, Balls of Fury. Am I right? Balls of Fury. I like Maggie Q, but yeah, like for me, I still think this girl's Zhang Zi. God damn, dude. AFK Bart says the perfect balance of human beings standing on tree branches too. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely, and I love all that stuff, man. I'm telling you, man, it's great. Snowdub says it should have won Best Picture. Went to the theater to see it. You know, I can't remember if I went to the theater to see this one. Cause 2000 was a weird year. That was a year I was still living back home, and I was getting ready to move out here to California. So I don't think I made it to the theater to see this one. I don't think I did, and I regret that because I love this movie. Um, LB says Tumbleweeds. Box Office Mojo has it at 2 million, around 2 million box office, and a newspaper says 8 million. Who knows? Yeah. Either way, it was a great flick. I thought it kicked ass. Yeah, I still need to watch the Irishman. I never seen this movie. I never seen this movie. This guy Trinity guy speaks. You've never seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, bro? Yeah. If you have Netflix, get on that, dude. I'm telling you, get on Netflix and watch it right now, dude. I'm telling you, like, I love this movie. And you know what's funny is it's one I never bought. I don't own this movie, but yeah, after watching it again last night, I'm saying like, dude, I need to have like the Blu-ray Ultimate Edition, whatever, like the biggest, baddest version of this movie that there is to own. I need to have it. I need to have it because I do. I love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah, and it's been a few years since I watched it, but I love it, and I need to watch that sequel that they did on Netflix as well. House of Flying Daggers was good too. Yeah, House of Flying Daggers is a good one too. I believe I have that one. I'm pretty sure I have House of Flying Daggers. You know another good one too that was right around the same time. House of Flying Daggers is a good one, but also Hero. Hero. It's got Jet Li and the same girl, Zhang Zi in it. Great movie. House of Flying Daggers, is she in that one too? No, 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 no. She's not in that one. Who is in that one? I can't remember, but I own all of those movies. I own all of those. Because I'm telling you, I love the Japanese and Chinese films like this, the martial arts films. They're fucking great. You get like I don't think Yin Wao Ping did the fighting in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but it's very much similar style. Not quite, but similar in some of the work that they do. But damn, man. Yeah, House of Flying Daggers is a good one too. Hero is another good one. God, what was that other one? Fearless, Jet Li's Fearless. That was a good one too, man. I'm telling you, I love martial arts films. Um, Palin Wiki says if not yet done, you have to see Hero in the same style. It's visually gorgeous. Oh yeah, yeah. See, yeah, it's funny. I was just getting like I didn't even yeah, yeah. Hero, House of Flying Daggers. What's the other one I have? It wasn't as good. House of the was it Flying Lotus or something? No, the Golden Flower. Curse of the Golden Flower. Is that the name of it? I think. I've got that one too. And it's one that's more visual style than it is so much everything else. But yeah, AFK Bart says Trinity. Would you say you love this movie? I'm not sure. I do, man. I do. Like, you probably couldn't. Maybe you guys couldn't tell a minute ago, but like talking about this movie about how great Crouching Tiger is, like it was making me well up. Like my eyes were getting a little bit watery. That's how much I love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm telling you, it's fuck, man. I'm telling you, dude. I was watching like, and I couldn't stop watching it. I made it through the whole movie. I was dead tired last night, and I made it through the whole damn movie watching it on my phone. Yes, Hero was also fantastic, says Whiskey. Yes. And it's crazy to me, all colors are real. Like for the autumn leaves, they waited for the perfect day to bring all the movie team. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, and that's one of the things that when I watch some of those movies, I watch a lot of those behind the scenes and some of the things they do for those. Crazy stuff, man. I mean, it's true. It's true craftsmanship. I mean, really. I mean, they're really like literally artists with what they're doing, which is something I would talk about when it comes to the to all those natural things, or not natural things out there, but those things that people talk about, like the pyramids and all those things out there. You know, those etched things in the stone that people can't even do with the machines we have nowadays and all that stuff. Yeah, it's called craftsmanship. Um, Whiskey says, I heard about that too. Now that's dedication to filmmaking. Absolutely, absolutely. Palonowicki says, Trin is a man of taste. It just talked about Hero. Yeah, yeah, Hero. Yeah, I own all of these movies. Yeah, I know for sure. And that's crazy because Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon is the one I don't own. But yeah, I mean, I own Fearless. I own Hero. I own the House of Flying Daggers. I own the Curse of the Golden Flower. Some of these I don't own all of them, but yeah, I definitely love these types of movies, man. Um, yeah, love it, love it. Plus, like I said, I've got a thing for Asians too. I love Asian women. Can't help it. Can't help it. Yeah, I can't help it. AFK Bart says Trinity. What would you do if they announced tomorrow that they were remaking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but with CGI and edgy 20-something actors? I wouldn't be I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't be upset about it. I would give the movie a chance. I would give the movie a chance, and I would have to see it before I passed any judgment on it. But I will say that to remake a film this perfect and one up it, I think this is one of those things where it's nearly impossible to do. I think they would be setting out on an impossible task, and that's why I would have to see it. That's why I would support it, and that's why even if it came out and sucked, I wouldn't bash it. For one reason. For one reason is because doing a remake is going to be hard to do. All those expectations, especially like, and I've talked about franchise films, and anybody, I don't care who it is, I don't care who it is, taking on a franchise film and a big property like that, but like especially franchise films, taking on a big franchise film, you have to have balls of steel. You know, you gotta. I mean, they've got to be like huge, because that's a lot of expectations to live up to. People are gonna be pissed off if you don't live up to those expectations, and so many more things that come with it. I'm not gonna bash somebody. Just like you know, like the J.J. Abrams and the Rian Johnson and all that stuff out there with the Star Wars films when they came to make the sequel trilogy. As good or bad as you, and as much as you may like or not like those movies, no matter what, I still fully take my hat off and tip my hat to these people for making these films, whether you like them or not, or anything, whether they're good or not. I still tip my hat to these people because that's one hell of an endeavor taking on a big franchise film like this, especially one like Star Wars, where people are so fucking fanatical about it. You've got an impossible task to make a great film. Seriously, an impossible task to make a great film that people are gonna like. Okay, how about that? You got an impossible task there. So my hat is off to anybody doing this. And if they did it, I don't want to see that, but I would give it a chance. I would give it a chance before I knocked it. And not only that, you know what? God damn, man, I'm telling you, Crouching Tiger. Fuck. That's the thing. The Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is such a... Dude, like, even the acting is so goddamn on point with this movie. Like, there's everything. God damn, like, I can't even... You know what it is? Because there's certain things that set in your mind when you get done watching a movie. And one of the things, I mean... Aside from all the action and all the little things that happen in this movie, the other day I was talking about the Russo brothers and how they're so great at directing Natasha Romanoff doing the Black Widow thing as compared to when you get into the other versions with Joss Whedon, where she's just more of a sex symbol. She's just there to be, just like the somebody's object of desire. And, I was talking about how, the one cringe moment in Civil War is where Natasha Romanoff is sitting there after Cap and Bucky are taking off out of the airport. And Natasha Romanoff says, I said I would help you. I said I'd help you find him, not catch him. She does that little off-smile smirk thing. No, it doesn't belong there. But just all the little subtle nuances, just everything, just every little thing. But one of the scenes that always burned in my mind, okay, there's a couple of different things that always burned in my mind from this movie. One, and I believe they're both from the same... I believe they're both from the same fight scene. But for one, is that the fight scene when they're sitting there fighting Jade Fox, where... I can't remember what it was, that the one of them shot something out at Jade Fox, and she hits it with her staff, and it looks all funny and mechanical. But then, like, I think right after that, that's when they're all fighting. Like she does this little move. It just looks like the movement looks all silly and slow, but it worked out and it was like perfect. But some of the other little nuance things is where Lee Mubai is sitting there, fighting with the girl, and he's sitting there and he has a sword, and he's sitting there. She says something and he's sitting there thinking about it, and just the way he swings the sword and starts going back after, just all these little things, fucking, like, I'm telling you, when it comes to acting, it's all these little fucking subtleties, all these little just like actions that you think mean nothing, that aren't even the main part of the story, all these little things that make for a great movie, that make for great action, that make a great actor. And it's all these little things that distinguish great actors from bad actors. It's all these little things that keep great actors separated from people like a Gal Gadot who can't do those things. And I know somebody's out there thinking like, Trinity, you're so mean. You always talk shit about Gal Gadot. It's because she's not a great actress, okay? It's because she's not a great actress. Being beautiful doesn't make you a great actress, right? Being in one successful movie doesn't make you a great actress, right? Or actor. It's just not how it works. It's all those little things that you do. It's all those little things you do that make a big difference. Man, and I'm telling you, this movie just has it all, man. It's got it all. It's got it all. But do you own Bulletproof Monk? I do not. I do not own Bulletproof Monk. And I like that one because that's the one with Chow Yun-Fat and Sean William Scott is in that, right? Isn't that the one with Sean William Scott? And I love Sean William Scott. Not my kind of movie, says LB. Oh, Bulletproof Monk? I thought Bulletproof Monk was okay. I thought it was okay. And it's good. It's funny. It's one of those more kind of like Rush Hour-ish kind of buddy cop kind of movies. So it's got funny stuff in there. And that's what I like about like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is because like it's just a great movie. There ain't fucking no funny stuff in it. It's just, man. Yeah. And talking about theater versus streaming, Hero is a movie I'm definitely happy to have been able to see in the theater. Yeah, I was going to say, I seen Hero in the theater as well. What else did I see? I've seen most of these movies at the theater. Curse of the Golden Flower, I didn't. But yeah, Hero I did. House of Flying Daggers I did. Um, Several of those movies I tried to see, especially movies like that. Yeah. Um, Iron Monkey was pretty cool. I haven't seen Iron Monkey probably since it came out. I need to rewatch that one again, but I do remember watching it and really enjoying that. AFK Bart says CGI or practical martial arts. Practical, practical all the way. And the thing is like go practical and utilize CG when you have to. And that's one thing that's why you get a person like a Yin Wao Ping or somebody who did like the movie like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, because they're using all practical stuff. Maybe they're doing cable work and stuff like that. I love that. It seems to work better. The CG I don't like because they're just in the background, the fake backgrounds and all that stuff. I don't like that as much. But obviously you can watch a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. They had to have done some of that for this movie. Maybe they didn't, but I'm pretty sure they did. But yeah, practical all the way. Especially on the fighting stuff, it has to be practical. It can't really be CG for that kind of stuff. Yeah, Bruce Lee style. Yeah, exactly. Aggressively says, I would make a Crouching Tiger YouTube channel where I would be upset that it is too woke and not woke enough before I see the movie, and then start a council. That's how you do it aggressively. That's just good marketing. That's just good marketing. Oh, aggressively, you crack me up so much, bro. Crack me up so much. Like, I think if I ever met aggressively relaxing, I'd probably go up and give him a big hug and maybe a big old French kiss and be like, and just get all sloppy with it because I love him so much because he fucking cracks me up, bro. Yeah, I would break social distancing and the fact that I'm hetero just for aggressively relaxing. Just for you, aggressively. Just for you. Because you know what? Making them laugh is very important. Making bitches laugh gets all the bitches. And you got this bitch right here. Anyway. It's so damn pretty and magical and brutal. It's kind of perfect. Oh, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do both and push the medium. Oh man, what? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Tommy says, "Holy cow, Trinity, you got so worked up about this movie, you became a stuttering fool." Dude, I'm telling you, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon it's one of those perfect movies, man. It's one of those perfect movies. Aggressively Relaxing says, "You got to make a video backing up that Gal Gadot hate. I don't get it." She's just not a great actress. She's not a great act. She's good. She's good, but she's not great. And the thing is I will say this. I always give this to her is she has room for improvement. She can improve, but what that's going to take is getting out of her comfort zone, working with directors who can direct her, and actually pursuing and trying to develop her acting chops because she just don't have very very good depth and range. Lonely Band says, no, bro. Crouching Tiger, Hidden. Oh, you don't think this is your kind of movie? Nah, dude. Just go watch it. Or maybe you just don't like action flicks or martial arts flicks, and that's cool. Will Gentry says, is that an actor-actress thing or director's thing, though? All those tiny little details seem to be something that are more things that come from the director rather than the actor. A lot of times it's going to be both. A lot of times it's going to be the director and the actor both, because who knows, like they probably said, okay, here's what's going on, and he probably did whatever he said, and they probably started sort of to refine it. I think it's a little bit of back and forth when it comes to that, because I think a great director obviously works with his actors and things like that, because like the lines, maybe you don't ad lib lines, but you can ad lib actions. So yeah. Will Gentry says, yes, Chow Yun Fat and Sean William Scott plus LB was replying to me recommending Crouching Tiger earlier on. Yeah, no, Crouching Tiger's a good one, man. But hey, to each his own. If you don't like those kind of movies, obviously you're not going to like it. I love Disney and comics. Thank you so much for being here. So do I. I love Disney and comics. Is that Sam? That's not Sam, is it? No, I don't think it is. I was thinking it was. Hero and House of Flying Daggers were great movies. Absolutely. Absolutely great movies. Absolutely. AFK Bard says, "Are you aware of Avatar: Last Airbender, the cartoon show?" Yes. They had a martial artist expert design all the fighting movies in the show, and it looked epic. Yeah, I never watched it, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Huh? Cool. I did not know that. Lonely Banter says, "Ugh." Practical with some wire work is okay, I think. Yeah, yeah, definitely. As long as it's not overdone. Yeah, definitely. And that's because like what Yin Hua Ping did with the Matrix movies, fucking phenomenal. What they did with the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movies, phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure they did wire work in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon as well. I haven't watched all the bonus features on that in a while, but I have watched them, and if I remember right, I think they did. Yeah, as long as it's not overdone. Yeah, I was gonna say just it takes a certain it takes a lot, and certainly like when it comes to martial arts movies, I mean, man. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it's one of those ones that's so perfect. And I know a lot of people would probably watch something like this and could be like, "Oh, they're just out there dancing with each other. They're not hitting each other." The thing is like when you have two fighters that are evenly matched like that, and you pit them against each other in situations like this, that's going to happen. They're not going to hit because they can anticipate people's moves. They're that good of fighters that they're not going to get hit every time. That's the whole point. Is you're able to avoid being hit and taking the punch and all that kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. But yeah. And as I'm saying, that's the way. That's one of the things I love about this movie is because you see they're fighting and everything that's going on. It's just so it's so beautifully done, man. When they're doing the close-ups on the legs, when they're sitting there doing the thing, when she's getting ready to fly off, she kicks her leg up there and drags her back down. Just that's god dang, dude, love that movie. Damn, man. I'm glad I watched that movie last night. There's no wonder I couldn't fall asleep watching it. K. Bart says, "You are so romantic." Oh man, that's funny. Um, as long as okay, yeah, I got you there, whiskey. Pelinwiki says Michelle Yeoh broke something while on Crouching Tiger. Yeah, she broke my heart. Shit. That's why often you see her face during fights. She's not moving so much. Okay, I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. But god dang, man. That's okay, because I'm okay with seeing her face, dude. Michelle Yeoh's so fucking beautiful, man. God damn. And that's what I said. I was watching it last night, and I seen they did that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2 like last year, 2 years ago, or whatever. And I still see her in that, and she's getting older and stuff too. I'm like, fuck, man, she's so beautiful, dude. She's so beautiful. Oh, man, just like Zhang Zi too, man. Man, I can't. I just gotta stop. I gotta stop, man. I gotta stop. I could gush over these two women all day long. I could. Um, Will Gentry says, "Yeah, Bulletproof Monk was a very silly movie, but it was a lot of fun in its own way too." Yeah, yeah, definitely. Gal Gadot is not a good actress. Stop it. um, I'll give her decent. I'll give her decent. Everything else, she's gonna have to earn everything else. She's got potential. She's got potential. LB says, "I don't like martial art movies." Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's why. What about love movies? What about love stories? Do you like love stories? Do you like soap operas? What about Chinese soap operas? Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You could look at it as a soap opera that has some action in it. But yeah, seriously, like the storytelling and everything, even the dialogue in this movie, so goddamn perfect, man. Like, and it's so great because it's a love story that's with all this action, and it's so philosophical on so many points too, man. Like shit, like watching movies like this, like I watch this movie and just everything that's going on in it, and how just watching all these people and everything, like it reminds me of being young again and in love, and it made me sit there, and my wife was sleeping next to me, thinking like, God damn, man, I'm glad I have my wife, and I'm glad I love my wife and all these things, and I'm glad that I'm not one of these people who can't be out there who can't be out there to confess their love to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And is like kind of stuck in that. You know what I mean? Like. But I've also been there too. I'm sure we all have those what ifs. You know what I mean? I'm sure you have. I'm sure we all have those what ifs. Like, what if Because I got dude. There's like several girls that I know still that I'm friends with that I'm like that I think about like like one of them like when I was a teenager I loved this girl to death, man. She was like I thought the fucking sun rose and set in this young lady. And then I see where she is now in her life, and I still think the same thing. I'm like, man, imagine what if, right? I'm in a great spot right now, and I'm in a spot where I love. But I think about what if, but I also think if that was the case, if that what if happened, I wouldn't have my 3 kids that I love so fucking much. You know what I mean? But still, you always think about what if. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, here's the thing is, I think like about this young lady, like, think about what if we had gotten together and we had stayed together and all that stuff, she wouldn't be the same woman she is now. I wouldn't be the same man that I am now. You know what I mean? So things always work out. You know what I mean? Things always work out. Just like, another young lady I used to work with that I was fucking head over heels over, man. Girl I used to work with, her name was Shanisha. Beautiful, 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 beautiful young lady. Yes, you can probably guess just by her name. Yeah, she was black. She was so beautiful though, and I remember we went out a couple of times, and she knows I liked her, and I know that she liked me, but nothing ever happened. We never started dating or anything. But like, you know what it was is because like she was one of those ones like I was like scared of, not like scared of like, but like, and the thing is because she knew I was so infatuated with her. Like I remember like we went out and like we'd always like obviously we'd touch we'd hugged and just all that just like friendly stuff before, but like we were out and I can't remember how it happened, and we ended up like touching each other in whatever way, and like I swear I could feel the fucking electricity coming off of her, you know what I mean? And I don't know, crazy shit though, right? But we all have those what if scenarios, man. We all have those what if scenarios. Hmm. Anyway, what? Yeah, let's get on back on here in the conversation. Um, okay, aggressively says Michelle Yeoh was so awesome in Star Trek Discovery. The trick to criticizing an actor's acting is providing a criticism. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, the sentence says Avatar: The Last Airbender is fire. Everyone needs to watch that show. Yeah, I was gonna say I know a lot of people love that show. I'm guessing you're talking about the show, not the movie. Will Gentry says Crouching Tiger was the first film to really take advantage of wire work. How else would they get people flying up into the trees without modern day CGI, right? Mike W. Rogers says, my only criticism would be the line work. If you watch close enough, you can see wires in some of the scenes. It is an older movie, though. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Michelle Yeoh is gorgeous, but she's no Zhang Zi. Yeah, absolutely not. But I would say they're both right up there, man. They're both right up there. Fuck. But you know why? Because one of them has aged like a fine fucking wine, and the other one is aging like a fine fucking wine. Yes. Mm. Mm. AFK Bart says, Trinity, does Black Widow know you are cheating on her? I hope not. I hope not, because she can kick ass too. LB says, I like lonely movies. Oh, so you probably like Only the Lonely. Who was in that? Was that John Candy in that? Only the Lonely. Was that John Candy in that, or was that... Can't remember. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweed says, Trinity, if you like Zhang Zi, check out the Grandmaster. I actually added that onto my Netflix playlist. Yeah, because I seen that one on there. What was that other one I seen not too long ago where she was playing? Oh man, was it the Three Horsemen? Four Horsemen. Was that what it was called? The Four Horsemen? Or was it just called The Horsemen? Had like her, and was it Kevin Costner in that? I can't remember. But I remember seeing that one. It was good too. Man, that girl, she's so damn beautiful, man. Will Gentry says, the thing about Crouching Tiger, it's the very peak of its genre, i.e. it's good enough to surpass the genre. So even people who don't like martial art films might like this one. Yeah, I think so. I think you got a good point. The Lonely Banter wants Tom Hanks with a ball. That's funny. Mike W. Rogers says, true, Will. It also pays homage to all those awesome 70s Japanese movies. Absolutely. Yeah. We all sit and wonder, what if, at times. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. You know, because the thing is like, what ifs help you also be so thankful for where you're at now. You know what I mean? Because no matter anything I've done in my past, I would give all of it. I wouldn't give any of it up. Any of the good stuff, the bad stuff, I wouldn't give any of that stuff up to get rid of what I have right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Even as much as I'd like some things to be different in my life, those things are what helped mold me into the person that I am. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, yeah. The Senate says the movie is big time trash. What movie? What movie? Oh, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The Last Airbender. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Will Gentry says yes, it was John Candy and Only the Lonely. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today's show. That's all I really got. I'm caught up on the chat. We've talked about some of the Black Widow stuff coming out off the top of the show, going to streaming and things like that. Would I watch it? Yeah, I'd watch it. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. But could it? Absolutely, it could. And then we got in here and we talked about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. One of my favorite movies. In case you haven't been here for the full, a little bit over an hour, I love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, even if you're LB and you haven't seen it and you don't like martial arts movies, give this one a try. Give it a try and tell me what you think. It might be the perfect thing for a lonely man. Maybe it'll tug on those heartstrings a little bit and make you want to go out there and meet a nice young lady and maybe get your ding-a-ling wet and have a little kid. Then again, maybe it might make you suck that turtle head back in from the turtle head popping out, and maybe you go ahead and you cower back into the lonely cave for a little bit longer. Says, man, I don't need any of this mess, man. Fucking these hoes is trifling over a goddamn sword. Oh man, oh man. Well, that's the problem, dude. What ifs only make you more grateful for the good stuff you have now. If you have good stuff, absolutely, absolutely. And here's the thing, because if you don't have the good stuff right now, what ifs are still totally possible. Still totally possible. If your life sucks right now, then sitting and thinking what if can be very depressing. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, and I might catch a copyright strike for this, but. Let me see. I think Mike Muir put it best when he says, what did he say? Oh, what's that? Oh, so you say life sucks, do you? Well, life is 99% of what you make of it. So if your life sucks, you suck. Anyway, stay away from thinking. Thinking comes from not knowing. Will Gentry says, TMI, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, stay away from thinking. Thinking comes from not knowing. Absolutely. Well, no, I mean, thinking is a good thing. Thinking is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with thinking. But also, especially, you got to think a lot, especially if you don't know something. Because you got to go out and seek the knowledge. But, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think it's a way for us to elevate where we are, elevate from our current situations, is to sit there and think about things and ponder on them. I think there are lessons to be learned in our past, and also speculating about the future. Sometimes the unknowing, the uncertainty, is almost even better than the knowing. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. I do greatly appreciate you guys being here today to hear me talk about all my strong opinions about Black Widow not coming out at the theater or not coming out to VOD, and listening to me gush on about Zhang Zi and Michelle Yeoh and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon for a little bit over an hour. Fuck, I love this movie. If you haven't watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it's something that you definitely need to go check out. Thinking leads to learning, and learning leads to knowledge. Absolutely. But anyway, guys, thank you for being here, everybody. Every single one of you. The Senate, AFK Bard, Whiskey, Stills, and Tumbleweeds, LB, Will Gentry, Mike Rogers, Tommy, Palin Wiki. Who else did we have? Did I miss anybody else in here? AFK Bard, Aggressively Relaxing. Thank you all so much for being here. I love Disney and comics. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? I'm pretty sure there was some other people I missed here. But thank you guys. Thank every single one of you so much for being here today. I do greatly appreciate you guys coming in here to watch me flap my gums and talk about a whole bunch of nonsense. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us today. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. I hope everything is going good for you and your family in these times while everything is kind of on lockdown. I hope you and your family are doing well, and I hope things continue to go well from here on out. But we'll see you guys later, either today in another video or tomorrow morning during the morning movie chat. You all have a good day, and we'll see you then. Later.